And welcome. It's me again. The name is Vigani. And I'm your host here. Let's respond to some conversation that I was seeing that was taking place between two people that are often seen as smart, but that I consider to be rather ignorant a lot of the time. Elon Musk and you guess, hillbilly Joe Rogan. I guess they were saying something really dumb lately. Let me go over here.
People dismiss this whole carnivore
That's
because in our heads there's a lot of
no, there is not a lot of propaganda, Mr. Neanderthal. I'm sorry, I'm going to call you Neanderthal in this video. Because there is a ton of evidence against the claims that you often make. I'm going to show you here, for example. You can look at, let me go to the first one here. That's talking about animal agriculture. That animal agriculture produces around 65% on nitrous dioxide, which is a greenhouse gas, around 296 times as toxic for the environment as CO2, carbon dioxide. That's one thing I'm going to show you. Another thing that your illiterate fool probably don't know is that methane is around 20 to 100 times more potent to the environment than CO2 on a 20-year scale. And here it says the matter that would be trapped. Then here it says that it is around 80%, but there is some other estimate that say 100%. It depends on the study you use. But also, if we go here to the greenhouse gas emissions that are trapped over time, you see it is going upwards. You don't need to be a genius to figure out this. Also, here, I have here other study somewhere. Oh yeah, here. Here is the study that shows that animal agriculture is responsible for around 90%, about 51% of all the greenhouse gas emissions. And this one is a more generous estimate, if you ask me. And then the one that's the ARO gives, because that one was severely damaged already from the start and was even more damaged in trustability after they become part of the animal agriculture industry. So I think the World Watch Institute is very much more trustworthy in that regard. Another thing that I wanted to point out is that the majority of the land worldwide is used for animal agriculture. If we were instead using this to grow plants, not hunting, because hunting will take even more land. Because the reason people were in the first place were actually putting all those animals in critical conditions was because I don't know if you're really getting any education in your school, but it's factorization. It is more concentration, so it produces more on a smaller scale. It's the industrialization process. Also, grass-fed animals produce, according to this study, 4 times more greenhouse gas than grain-fed. This is important for some later stuff this buffoon is saying. And I'm generous when I call him a buffoon because I think he's even worse.
Propagandists that put this thing out there that animal agriculture. Is the number 1 contributor to global warming.
Yeah, it's rubbish. It's not true. Bullshit.
Yeah, that says a guy that basically is notorious for lying. You know, the guy that claims he is the founder of many things that he only did sponsor and so. So let me show this you again to prove my point. Because he's going to talk later in this video about all the grain, that he thinks it's a grain, but it is actually, like this here again shows, actually grass-fed animals need even more grain to be fed. So it takes up to 9 times the amount of that's just 3 times. I mean 3 times as much to fed animals on grass-fed than in inland consumption. It's not sustainable, and also on top of that, like I was saying earlier, takes 4 times more greenhouse gas. So, are you going to claim to be a climate change denier, Elon Musk? Are you going to disappoint your fans even more?
It's hot bullshit.
It doesn't matter.
Not only is it hot bullshit,
Really?
but the real problem is factory farming.
Okay, can you see? It's not factory farming. It's animal agriculture. Grass-fed animals produce even more greenhouse gas because they produce more methane, a greenhouse gas that is around, like I was saying earlier, let me go back to the study, around up to 100 times more potent for the environment as CO2 on 20-year scale. So you're not only dishonest, but you are also just totally don't know shit about anything. I think angry bold guy, with your podcast, I think you can better just keep yourself to community stuff, because you're not that smart. Because you do even your research. And I get to imagine why. I don't know why anybody takes him serious. To the right measurement of the magnets that can be surround the policy that's impact, it claims that scientists that say that use of the models that cause to tons of methane and us 10 to 20 tons of CO2. Then the impact of new industries in products certainly looked up much differently. I'm going to post all those in my all the studies are in my stream and my podcast. If anybody wants to check them double, if they don't trust my words on it, I'll check them out to yourself. But let me go also here over. You see that the greenhouse gases are going upwards slightly. Even this one is not even. This one is very conservative with certain sources, but if we go to here, then we go to here. And do you know why grass-fed animals are producing more carbon dioxide? It is because of the ruminant. It is specifically is that way it's the ruminants. Ruminant animals produce methane when digesting grass and so. And that's kind of stuff. And methane is around 20 to 100 times as potent for the environment as CO2. Depends on which kind of scale, but if you do it on scale from 10 years, then it's 20 years. Let me go back to the study here. Then the impact that brings the trapping a lot of heat, at least 100 times as much as CO2. And the methane that starts to break down the levels that atoms are released quickly as there's time by, and as there's more than that 100 tons of methane this span. The sequencing warming effects of CO2 was slow. Also gas. Over a 10-year method, 20-year method, and the methane will trap about 20 times the amount of heat compared to CO2. 80 times the amount of heat of CO2. Over 100 years, that 100 ton of methane would be trapped around as much as CO2. So even if we're doing 100% time span, it's even significantly more than CO2, like the study says. So you're completely bogus.
Regenerative farming is carbon neutral if it doesn't sequester.
No, you're not. I'm just explained it.
The animals are not going to make any difference to global warming.
Yeah, says Mr. Climate Change. You're climate change denier. You're going to say this again. I'm going to call you Mr. Climate Change Denier and Mr. Redneck. Maybe that's titles that you really like to have. And you, Mr. Krumer? I remember you saying something very nasty about Elon Musk incel. I just wanted to go here. Elon Musk transgender daughter also called him an incel. Because of the remarks that he did make to Taylor Swift. Elon Musk is really a creep. I'm not sure why so many people take this guy serious.
No, it's
zero.
horseshit.
Suppose zero is nothing.
Do you think you have a vested interest in like plant-based meat products?
Yeah, like you have not interested in hunting and selling bogus and carnivore diet. Double standard have you here, is it not, Mr. Bold Guy? Mr. Baldy Redneck?
Products and things along those lines, green energy.
Bold Neck?
I think it's part of it.
It is ironic that those guys don't seem to see that they are the exact same. They are the one with the cognitive dissonance. They have no anything here
But it's talking like
of effort.
to global.
Yeah, I'm just saying here, you. Are you going to deny all this research here, Elon Gas, and Mr. Redneck? I know agriculture is operating around 45% of the global surface area of the world. Livestock impacts are stocked around. They're just a very small percent of the calories basically also that's in our world produce. Even the Center for Agriculture and Technology website center in the US that is basically a lobby for the meat, dairy and egg section says that we can feed the whole world if anybody was going vegan. Do you know why? Oh, it's easy to say actually. It's because it takes up to around, what was it? For every pound of meat that you eat, of beef, let me take beef, it is estimated that it takes up from 60 to 24 pounds of grain to feed that animal. And if we're going to do that, if we're going to say, grass feed, gas feed. Again, let me say, going back to the study, it takes up to 4 times more because it takes longer for that animal to grow. It takes more land. You're totally bazookas. I'm not sure, I really don't understand why people take Elon Musk and the other guys so serious. I mean, they sound like old, dumb baboons. That's insult to baboons, sorry, baboons. You sound like a baboon. Let me go back to the laws of trophy ecology, because maybe this point can convince some of you of how dumb Elon Musk and the other guy are. Basically, if you look out here, we have here the pyramid of the flow of energy in trophy ecology, in trophic levels. So the heat is going downwards. For every chain, there's around 10% lost of energy. And also in 100 less calorie, it is also cut in. It's also every time reduced in a lot of calories. If we start here at the lowest chain, let me look here if I can find the lowest chain. You can see here the lowest chain is around 10,000 calories. That is light energy. And then we're going to the plants. On it, the plant is around 10,000. The plants are around 20,000. Then for the sunlight is to 20,000. Then for the smaller animals, therefore the energy is around 20, and then it's going upwards to the predatory animals. There's again a lot percent of the food of the energy lost in this process, and then we go to the top predators. So we lose a lot of energy and a lot of calories in being a carnivore. You really should do your research instead of blaring out of your mouth, Elon Musk and angry redneck guy. That you call Joe Rogan.
Atmosphere really, if people eat pure steaks, care about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd also talk about steaks. The single worst kind of animal food you can eat. It's greenhouse. I guess beef. 1 pound of beef is equal in greenhouse gas to drive in your car for around, I think it was 4 weeks or months. I need to look up about the study already. That's, I'm doing this all life, so I'm relying all on some studies here that I can quick find in my archives. Yes, car. Mm. 1 pound of, what was it? 4 weeks. of driving a car. I cannot find the study so quickly, but I will post it in the video after that. I think I've already said enough today. I hope you all liked my response to these two idiots. Let me look if there's anything else that they're saying.
Measure it. Okay, that's how irrelevant it is.
I mean, you should really be more responsible before you say stuff. I have shown you so many studies that prove you're wrong. I prove you're a totally buffoon that shouldn't be taken serious. Anything, you open your overly sized mouth. Of here a report made by people that actually have done their research in the subject. I provided here a study. I provided here one. This is actually from Australia. With all those fires there in the forest there. 70% of all greenhouse gases are directly linked to animal agriculture in Australia. I have so many studies here. What do you have? Nothing. Your big mouth. Your big filthy mouth. Aren't you not? Elon Musk? Nothing.
Isn't it funny that that's
unmeasurable? Absolutely. And if somebody says it does make a difference, I'm like, how will you measure it? And if you can't even measure,
ta-da! Da-da! Are you believing in some weird conspiracy or so? Showing here some other study. We have stuff like the laws of ecology that I was saying here first. It's basically one of the laws of energy. You can see it as a form of energy conservation laws. And I thought you were so big on the reasoning, thinking that you are like Cyberman or so. That's what your followers will say, that you're so logical and rational. Do just the math. Do the math. Elon Musk, do the freaking math. Instead of opening your mouth and bragging out shit.